Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In a big way, 3 of our favorite cryptocurrencies on the channel are waking up. We spoke about how sleeping giants XRP and XTC are about to move 3 days ago, and it seems like that's happening. Big green candles are coming in for both XRP and Xlm, and XDC stole the show today, increasing 13.2% on the day. XDC had a nice ride upward, though, increasing about 18% on the day. Let me tell you about the current situation and what's going to happen next. The only thing I ever ask is that you just hit the X button in the comments if you enjoy discussing XRP, XDC, or both. Hit the like button and spread the word about this video. Inform others about the actual happenings of this digital revolution. As we observe XTC releasing a posting today, the announcement was made by SBI Holdings, who are excited to strengthen their engagement with Phoenix tech traders and the APAC region's blockchain adoption. Now, we all know that SBI is based in Japan, right? While we're on the subject of SBI, we should mention that Ripple is also closely associated with them. On the other hand, Stellar is said to have developed the first stable coin in Japan. Stellar has clearly been active in the Japanese market for quite some time. It is well known that Japan is a crypto-friendly country. It is lovely to observe that our 3 favorite companies, Xrp, Xlm and STC, are collaborating in Japan with influential figures. U.S. Representative Warren Davidson has stated that 2024 would be an ideal year to remove Gary Gensler from office and bring the corrupt SEC to justice. The moment to terminate Mr. Gensler might have been at any point. However, I am becoming tired of hearing Warren Davidson say that we should fire Gary Gensler, but then doing nothing to make it happen. Actually, though, we've been hearing it for quite some time. I see. Do you recall that last year, Patrick McHenry mentioned the possibility of subsequencing Gary Gensler first? Let me tell you what transpired. It was not him. Therefore, I would prefer it if Mr. Gary Gensler was held responsible and if there was more action and less rhetoric. Now that we've covered all that ground, I believe Mr. Gensler will emerge victorious, or at least look the part, when he approves the Bitcoin ETFs, which will flood the stock market with capital and, of course, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Ultimately, he's the one who gets the last laugh now, regardless of what happens. So, he's made a triumphant return once more. Dear Mr., thanks to last week's BTC sales, we're up to 352 million, or 8,264 bitcoins a day. So, what we're witnessing is a large number of whales consistently increasing their buying activity in preparation for these ETF approvals. Thanks to that, we should hear back from the approvals team in around 13 to 15 days. Is everything set? I hope you were able to view the morning video where I briefly mentioned what Cathie Wood is. In such case, I will include a link to it at the bottom of this post. The institutional push in Bitcoin, however, would have a major impact on price, as Cathie Wood did mention. ARK still projects a Bitcoin price of $1 million by 2023, even if there is a short-term sell-off following the ETF approval. Clearly bullish on the long run, but her sentiments are similar to mine, that there might be a temporary dip, but I don't think it will endure. Honestly, I don't think it will endure very long. Not for days or weeks, just for a little while. Then, because, let's be honest, that's when things really start to heat up. Following that, we will have a window of 6 to 7 weeks until trade commences. For the market to advance, this is going to serve as the trigger. There was a lot of wild, terrible stuff that happened this year, but we know that Bitcoin will have next year and that everything else will fall into place. However, this is all part of the story's attempt to divert our attention. Well, we all know that CZ left Nance as CEO, but he rode off into the sunset with a plethora of wealth. Last year, he made a little over 20 billion, I think. And SPF has been proven guilty. Since BlackRock's Bitcoin Coin BTC ETF filing, the market has begun to rise, though it hasn't quite reached the roaring 2024 levels that I predict it will reach. It's been quite the ride in the cryptocurrency market, hasn't it? It may not have been slow at all, but when you consider the returns on investment, ROIs, we've seen across the board, including a meteoric rise in Bitcoin's value, it seems like it has. This whole thing has been a bull run, However, this bull run is very different from the other ones. It was quite quick and furious even in 2021 when we had that 3-month rally. However, I anticipate that this trend will continue, with a stepped-up crackdown on cryptocurrencies in 2024 and 2025. Israel-Hamas conflict is the origin of cryptos. We are aware that Elizabeth Warren is trying to exploit this against us by making it appear that the crypto-Israeli-Hamas conflict is the only one involved, when in fact, that is not the case. We can look past her characterization of the Binance situation as just fuel for her personal fire and war against cryptocurrency. I think 2024 will have that clarity, along with all the other strong class drivers that we have, so there will be a heavy focus on crypto regulation. We still don't have 100% certainty, though. Finally, I'd want to bring up the fact that, although I say this with some hesitation because I'm sure there will be a major uproar once the SEC versus Ripple case is resolved or a settlement is reached, I believe that regulation will be just as beneficial but I believe that the market will react strongly to the day when regulations are crystal clear, regardless of the story they try to tell. Only time will tell, but regulation in 2024 will be implemented in full force. From my vantage point, the yield on a 10-year note has fallen 120 basis points, and the average rate for a 30-year mortgage has dropped 130 basis points for the past 2 months, while futures have gained 140 basis points. The S&P 500 has gained 16%. The stock market has been raging recently, with the US dollar index falling 7% on expectations of a Fed pivot and core inflation remaining over twice the central bank's 2% inflation objective. This has all occurred in just over 40 trading days. The Federal Reserve obviously didn't want this. I think there's a lot of potential there during the following 2 weeks. In my humble view, it is going to be quite turbulent. Let us all gather our strength and take a deep breath, because I am certain that we shall run and see better days ahead. Get a feel for it, find out what's ahead, and take it easy. Refrain from being unduly thrilled. When it comes to purchasing and selling, you shouldn't get too emotional at the moment. Just waiting for something to happen in the market is all I'm doing right now. And then we can proceed accordingly. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.